Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Dominions 4, The Thrones of Ascension, Death March of the Penguins. Triumph and tragedy. We are in early summer, in the year 5 of the Ascension Wars. I had Dr. Dalaman cast some Spring Hawks because they're pretty awesome, and we have plenty of air gems, although you only get 5 at a time, which is the worst thing about them. I'm also getting some more corrupted Ledan, some Arctic Mammoths, and Flom is... well, he bound an Ice Devil. Soup is dark knowledging, but didn't find anything. And a report from the Lonely Cave, a small number of flame bolts appeared out of nowhere, struck the army, 7 units were hit, 1 was killed. Konstantinos, victim of an assassination attempt. Are you going to survive, Konstantinos? Let's watch. You have 2 guards. You're buffing yourself, which is generally a bad idea during assassination attempts. One of your guards is on fire. They're fleeing. Oh, you got lucky, Konstantinos. Oh, that orb lightning saved your life. Battle in the end. Abysia is not happy that we have taken this land from them. And to be honest, we're not particularly strong, but we'll hold it. With our lives, we'll defend this ground. I stopped casting, by the way, the spell Illwinter because it just doesn't work. I mean, I cast it on Abysia, and the next turn, right after I cast it, it was still 3 hot. It's just stupid. I'd cast it if it worked, but I guess when your opponent is hot, it just doesn't work. And we routed him. Any losses? 9 defenders. Wow, that's a lot. Yelenia Gora. This is us. Oh yeah, I decided to do a little sneak attack here with Dre 2D2 and my team here. Who do we have? We have Dr. Clinical, who does not have any bodyguards. That's a problem we need to rectify. Komitas, Kragur, and Dre 2D2. And we have so many standards that I can't imagine that we'll lose them all in one battle. Komitas and Kragur are all about panicking. They just cause the enemy to panic, and I also have them casting Sleep. Panic and Sleep. Those are 2 nature spells that they're good at. They don't have enough air to really do anything useful with that. And we won, and we lost a defender. Battle in Abysia. They're trying to take the fort from us. Now this, ladies and gentlemen, is a sad day for Ledan. Their god is involved in the battle. We outnumber them greatly. We're obviously going to win. But sometimes, I guess, sometimes the strain of leading troops from behind gets to you. And you just want to fight. You want to draw steel. You want to engage the enemy yourself. You don't want to watch other Ledan fight on your behalf. And so their god called all these phantasmal warriors. You know, they're giving us some trouble, but we're eventually going to take them out. They're taking out some corrupted Ledan. But look here. Look here, ladies and gentlemen. Where? Oh, okay. Not yet. I jumped the gun, but just give it a minute. You'll notice our boy here, Ragnar. Heroic quickness. Bow of Thunder. You think he'd just shoot arrows, right? I mean, that's what he's supposed to do, but maybe he ran out of arrows. I don't know, but there he goes. His heroic quickness working against him as he is rapidly getting in the front of the lines, all by himself to engage this army of phantasmal warriors. Unfortunately, he gets poisoned, and eventually, in the chaos, he is no more. Ragnar was a champion. Ragnar was a hero. A bit hot-headed, unusual for the Ledan, who are normally cold. Yes, it's just, I guess the tension of leading and staying in the back just got to him, and he decided that he was going to disobey my orders and charge to the front to win glory for himself. And glory he found, but along with that, he found death. So, Ragnar, good for you, buddy. Battle at the Fortress of Smallsea. Finally, after so long. Our serpents, our animals, our krakens, our sea dogs, all gone. What are left are just our children of the eternal ice and our wave fighters. Will they be able to, on their own, steal this castle from the Pelagians? Looks like the wave fighters have already made it to the gate before the children of the eternal ice. That's not exactly what I wanted. Haas is panicking the Pelagians and is doing a great job at it. They're running. They have a couple krakens. But it appears it'll be too little, too late. And the citadel falls to us. We lost 6 wave fighters, otherwise came through intact. Abysia, we lost some dominion. In Maine, we lost our temple. We did, however, get a slayer, a scout of the Enkidu, and a shadow imp. Okay, so there's a lot going on here, so we're going to move fast. Let me introduce you to Cold Feet, if I haven't already. He's our Earth Mage. He's moving to the capital. Also, we have Ken is Fast. Ken is going to be our land chief. We're in dire need of leaders. Funnily enough, in the last episode I said, hey, all you on the list of fighters, you might not ever get named. Well, our fighters are dropping like rocks here. So we have Ken is Fast here. Gave Rick a feather, gave Ken a bow. I also have Ancient Furnius. He's another leader. He's one of our assassin leaders. I'm not, however, going to use him as an assassin, but as a leader. He's coming up. We've taken Yelenia Gora, but we're going to hold here for a minute because this is a large army, 50 Abyssians. I don't want to engage them at this time. We're also holding out here. Coldnar has been healed. Sir Red Wolf is still limping. We have Sneak here. Let's get him back to the capital, or the castle. So we have our Prophet still alive, good bad guy, but that's mainly because he's just been standing still for, what has it been, 2 years now? They're all getting very comfortable here in Arden. Eventually, though, we're going to have to move against enemy. Now that we have Grimdeath and Lorgius, I am hoping at some point that Sir Red Wolf will be healed. Doesn't appear to be happening anytime soon. I don't want to move out of here, though, because it'll open up the door to and Machaka. So, for the time being, they're going to stay there. I will move these guys up eventually once I feel confident about this. I'm moving Revelry here to see what kind of province defense they have. If they have a lot, I'll leave it alone, but if they have a little bit, I might send all these guys down. These guys are pretty solid, actually. But province defense, quite well organized, and in a fortress that means Abyssian troops. So I get a little nervous about that. What am I doing? That's not what I want at all. I want army setup because Beer doesn't have any guardians. And he's not going to have any, unfortunately, because I guess I can give him 3 of Banshees, but we need more regular troops. Our demon troops kind of stand on their own here. Abysia has so far not been breached. We have barbarians everywhere. They're taking on this Abyssian fortress, so I'm just kind of letting it sit there. These guys just sitting here. I have Balder here. He's building a temple. Why? So that next turn we can recruit a protector. He has the ancestors. 5 of them are guarding him, and the rest of them are holding attacking rear. Zane Rogers is here with his guardians. We'll move them out against barbarians as soon as we can. Northern Lizard and King Strategist are probably not going to move from this spot until we are at war with Machaka. We have another researcher, but nothing to name him. So, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just name him Ripiter. It was Ripiter, right? The hell are you, Ripiter? Oh yeah, Ripiter Dibillard the Second. Died too young. And so what happened was this Ledan mage, he heard the story of Ripiter Dibillard, the Hydromancer, who joined the armies of Pymous and who bravely fought off by himself nearly an army of Pelagians and gave his life for the cause, and he decided to take on the name of Ripiter in honor of that fallen hero. Tokshin's moving up to the front because I need him badly. Skinch is moving up to the front with all of his mammoths. Let me introduce you to my 2 new Ice Devils. We have Percival Gower Esquire, who is actually... I named him after my fighter list, but technically he is going to be casting spells in battle. but he's a leader. He's a huge leader, actually, and he's got great inspiration, so that's his role. I gave him this black steel shield just because I had it lying around. It gives him a bit more defense. Otherwise, I don't feel like he needs anything, and he's going to cast a bunch of spells. Now, Blue Ice Wallace, on the other hand, since he comes already with ice protection and a frost brand, I'm forging a vine shield for him, some regeneration. He has a ton of hit points. He's going to be my thug. He's going with quickness and water form and whatever else he needs, and he is going to take the fight to our enemies. Blue Ice Wallace. Anybody else that's new? I don't think so. Stamps I already introduced you to. Oh, Fire Lungs. Fire Lungs is my new bear leader, who I'm moving up to here, but everybody's going to go here, and this is where I'm going to disseminate items for them. So I have to build him some items too. I'm doing it as fast as I can here. I'm making a frost brand for him. Chainmail for him. I actually have, just in case down here, forging the regeneration for Blue Ice Wallace. And that's where we're at. Dr. Dalamand is summoning ancestors. They'll go with stamps, because stamps can bless them, so that's a good thing. Researching construction to get the Guardians of the Eternal Ice, and I'm moving Puffinatus back up here to get more wave fighters, and I'm moving Princeps and Talaroth to finish off taking over this lake, and then we'll move against Pelagia in their home lake. So we're doing quite well there. And their dominion is just falling quickly against ours. Abysia is holding out a bit more. Machaca has a pretty weak dominion. So at least against Machaca, we're always going to hopefully be in the cold. That's pretty much it. We're blood hunting everywhere because we ran out of slaves with our ice devils. And oh, Nan Bagor, a new fighter, Taiga Chieftain. You are going to be Crazy Man. Okay, and usually when I hire these guys, I hire bodyguards. But I didn't for Crazy Man. Okay, so you're just going to go to the castle and pick up whatever troops are there for you. Bugshaft is going to patrol, because we're starting to blood hunt here. And we're also going to move up Dwarf Comic up to blood hunt as well. You know, I probably should give these guys bodyguards, although Abysia is not getting this far back into my lands. So, I don't know. So that's really it. I'm moving this mass of awesomeness up to the front here. We have mammoths, bears. I can't do anything really with the demon troops right now. I'll have Percival pick them up on his way since he can lead a lot of them. Really, I should give Percival some real troops too. But the money's tight, so we don't have that much in terms of real troops. I've been giving away feathers to keep the research going up. And I'd really like to find some water sites. In fact, it's a waste for Dr. Dalamand and Starlid, since they're so good at researching. To cast a site searching spell is kind of stupid. Starlid really should just walk around and search, but I'm afraid to put him where an assassin might take him. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have... You know, next turn I'm going to... Gosh, I don't know what to do, really. Pymous is also better to research. Do you need to for the water spell? You do. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to forge a... Next turn, I'll forge two things. I'll forge a water bracelet, and I will forge a arcane lens. And I'll give that to my researchers. Probably Yeknata Flipper, where are you? And I'll have him site search for water with the increased distance that gives him. Do I have anybody else to name for you? Nope, that's everybody. So let's see what happens. We're pretty much just standing still here. Not much is happening in the way of movement, although we are moving against Pelagia slowly. I'm losing too many heroes here. Even with their bodyguards, the Abyssians are just tough. I wish they wouldn't run. I really wish they wouldn't run from the battle. Just take it like a man. You know, who knows? You might get a lucky hit. Ashington. Fires. 10 units were hit. 2 were killed. Same thing in Lonely Cave. Dark Knowledge has found nothing. We're getting a ton of blood slaves. Yelenia Gora. They're trying to take it back. And this might be their large army, so we'll see how this goes. Oh no, they're not coming with much. I mean, we're not exactly huge, but with all of our panicking... How much morale does a salamander have? 10? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Although 10 apparently is enough. Well, no. They're running now. Thank goodness. What did we lose? Because Yelenia Gora, there's not many troops there. 9 defenders. We're rapidly running out. And 2 flag bearers, of course. Abysia. Please let it not be your god again. And of course it is, because it's their dominion and a phoenix cannot die. Now, I wonder who is commanding all of Ragnar's troops. I guess they're just kind of milling about. That was something I probably should have looked at. You know, were I like a good player at this game. I hate this phantasmal army thing. He must be using air gems for it, because otherwise I'd be casting it all the time. Oh yeah, holy moly, look at all those gems. Luckily they're not that impressive. They are ethereal, but they're not amazing. Once our demons get in there, we should have no trouble with them, hopefully. And our sacred troops. Have you guys been blessed, though? You have, good. Running out of frozen bears. Okay, our demons are getting to the back, and of course he's summoning more. But I think he's out of gems now. That's a good spell, though, to turn the tide in a battle if you have an air mage who's good enough to cast it. I mean, they're doing damage. That's all they need to do. He can do this every turn. All he needs is air gems. Ugh. Alright, what happened? No, that's not what happened. We didn't lose any leaders, thank goodness. But we did lose 21 of our troops, and we are rapidly losing troops. Velvet Ocean. So some Tritons versus the might and mass of our wave fighters and children of the eternal ice. Good. We ran right to the middle, which is what I wanted them to do. We're enveloping. Perfect. Good night. We probably didn't lose anything. Well, we lost a sea dog. That's not a big deal. Got some gold. Fantastic. Income of Abysia went down. That doesn't bother me. A mage happened to mistake one elixir for the other. Sugebear X was wounded. Oh, Sugebear. Slayer's taken down. Good. And a Machaka Scout. Alright, Abysia is still holding up against us. Alright, were you healed yet? No, Sir Red Wolf, you have not been healed yet. This is ridiculous. I have 2 healers, but they're just sitting here. Well, technically, no, that's not true. I have 1 healer, Lorgius. The rest are the swampy guys that don't heal. The Abyssians came after us here, but we're okay. Alright, so we're trying to get a 6 Conjuration. That only takes 2 4. Well, I'll do this later on my own time, because I might have to adjust it some more. But now we can recruit our Protector, which is what we wanted. Toshin's coming up, which is great. Skinch is coming up. He can only go 1 at a time. Why, you may ask? Because of these guys. The Ledan Ice Warriors can only move 1 at a time. So, while they're awesome, maybe there are better bodyguard options than they. Puffinatus is going to take these guys. But look at this. We have quite the army here. So, Percival Gower, he gets a Flying Corrupted. We'll put these guys in the front lines too. We got some more throwers. Oh, he's out, I guess. No more demon troops for him. You know what? Let's leave the flying guys behind. Let's keep our army relatively concise. Okay, cool. So he's full up with them. Tazo's coming with his regular troops. And Blue Ice Wallace. There's not a... Oh, that's right. There's not a... You both... all of you are going to move up here. You guys, down. Let's finish off what we started here. 15 is a little much to spend, but it will lower unrest. That's all I have here as well. just in case, you are going to patrol just in case. Ooh, we have Academy underneath, which means we can now recruit our own Hydromancers. And Sea Fathers, which are like Hydromancers, only not as good, and they have priest-like abilities. We also can recruit Triton Troopers, should we decide to do so. I think we might. Okay. So Ancient Furnace and Crazy Man, let's get you some Guardians. Oh, we need a bow for you too, Crazy Man. So you're going to have to wait one turn until we can arm you up. Ken is fast, you're going to have to... Actually, Ancient Furnace doesn't need this many. Crazy Man, you can have 3 of them and 2 of these. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, excellent. And Sneak, we're going to give you the Ranger's Cloak to make you an even better sneaker. You're a spy too? I did not know that. Because, you know, the other nations aren't going to notice a giant penguin in their midst. Like, oh, look at that guy. Yeah, he looks legit. Alright, let's go. Let's go check out. It's to the south of us. Blackbeak, do we have a feather for you? We do not. This is for our thugs. We do have, however, one of those. Dowsing Rod for Dwarf Comic, who is going to blood hunt. And Bugshaft, you are simply not enough to keep the patrolling going here. What's wrong with you, buddy? Let's recruit some more of these guys. Alright, so that's really it for this episode, you guys. We now have a refreshed amount of Blood Slaves. We could get another Ice Demon. That's a good choice, but right now we're having trouble equipping the ones that we currently have, so we might just go for troops for the time being. And that's really about that. We'll just keep forging what we need to do what we need. I will get, like as I said, some water boosters for for Yagnata Flipper, and I'll have him start Voice of Apsuing, and eventually maybe I'll move it to more guys as well. Mega Caesar, we're running out of nature gems, which is never a good thing. But we do have some more mammoths. We have a lot of everything. So the real trouble, I think, is going to be with Machaca. These 270 units aren't just sitting here for their health. You know, they probably want to move against me. 12 huge war elephants against 15 province defense and no troops here. If I were them, I'd take a shot. What they don't know is that we have a bunch of demons coming here, but the sooner we put Abysia down, the better. And it's good that we're being helped by Pelagia and Barbarians. That's making it a lot easier for us. I would go against this, but let's see, what do they have here? Exceptionally powerful and very well organized province defense. So yeah, they probably have like 50 troops here, in addition to what we see. So these guys aren't going to hack it. They're just going to keep hanging out, doing what they can. I'll keep giving them bodyguards as they lose them. Oh, man. Let's see. Yeah, Ragnar's troops are all floating around here. So I guess Mr. Penguin... No, not Mr. Penguin. Because these guys, I want to throw their javelins. Mr. Penguin can take the regular guy. Well, I don't want them in the front lines, though. That would be ridiculous. We're just going to wait until we have someone here who can lead them. Probably Tokshin. In the meantime, the troops will fight if we're attacked. They will defend us. Maybe I will cast the cold spell. Maybe if 2 people cast it at once, it might make a difference. Who knows? But I've introduced you to everyone, so thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.